Welcome to Suncoast FYI. I'm your host, Nancy O'Neill. Today I'm joined by Jim Lamb from Toys for Tots, Mary Benzel from the Van Wezel, and Annette Gutierrez will bring us a special interview with Scott Biebler from Mayor's Feed the Hungry, right here on Suncoast FYI. For over 7 decades, Toys for Tots has been delivering holiday cheer to children during the Christmas season. Here with me now is Jim Lamb, the coordinator for the Sarasota County branch of Toys for Tots, to discuss how we can assist this fantastic organization during this very important time of year. Well, thank you so much. We talked earlier before we came on, and I asked you, how many years have you been involved, Jim?
23.
23 years, and it's been going on for 7 decades, Sarah. You've been there quite a number of those, so thank you. For our viewers out there, Jim, that don't know what Toys for Tots is all about, can you please tell us?
Yes, ma'am. Toys for Tots started in 1947. Marine wife made these dolls, and she told her husband, she says, who was a major at the reserve base, and he says, we need to give these to needy children, or an organization that takes care of them. He couldn't find anybody, so she says to him, well, then you find a way to do it. That year,
I'll make the dolls, and you find a way to do it. Okay.
Well, that year, they gave out 5,000 toys.
Oh my gosh.
So that was the very beginning of it, and after that point, Marines Corps took it over, and for many years it was strictly Marines that were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But as we grew and everything else, they had to have help. They didn't have enough Marines, or didn't, because the Marines were only in certain areas.
Sure.
So they went to volunteers,
Okay.
and
So
that's what I am. I'm a volunteer.
Okay.
I've been 20 years in service, but not the Marines. It was the Air Force.
well, thank you for your service.
But it's grown tremendously. My first year, we gave out just about 10,000 toys, and I thought I'd done a heck of a job. Well, last year we gave out over 70,000 toys.
Oh my gosh. How do you do that? How many volunteers do you have?
Never enough. But I got some very good volunteers and all. We got a warehouse, the biggest warehouse we've had since I've been doing it now, and it really helped by being able to scatter stuff out and get it in line. In fact, people won't believe when they walk in or everything. It looks like it's all by age and sex, because
and that has to all be sorted by your volunteers.
By hand, and made sure it's put in the right place, because we're not allowed to give a toy to, say a child's 3.5. We can't give them a 4-year-old toy. He has to be 3.5. And not
age appropriate toys.
Now,
what is the mission? What is your mission statement for Toys for Tots?
Make sure every child has something under their tree Christmas morning. That's our goal.
It should be very simple, but it's not, is it?
No, ma'am,
No,
sure
it's
isn't.
not. Now, when we talked a little bit earlier, I asked if it was organizations that pick them up or if individuals pick them up, and there's 2 ways to do that, right? What are those ways,
Okay,
Jim?
organizations, what they do is they go online. There's a thing they can fill out online for organizations, and then there's one for individuals. The individuals, they give all their information and child's name, age, and 3 things they appreciate. Now, we're not saying we're going to get them those 3, because we might not have them, but we try to come close, at least on one of them, as close as we possibly can.
Okay.
And we usually give out 3 to 4 toys, and then it's what we call stocking stuffers, little things that, that not maybe 10 years, $10 or something like that.
Sure.
We give out.
That you get in there. Now, collecting the toys? Because I know you said your volunteers drive around. Do your volunteers drive around and pick up the toys and bring them to the warehouse?
Right. We have over 300 boxes in the county right now. Okay. And I have drivers that go there. If the store might call, if it's filled up before we normally pick up, we go pick it up. Mm-hmm. Then it goes to the warehouse, and that's where it's sorted and put in places.
Okay.
And we do have some people that deliver toys to us, but it's actually easier for us when it's put in the boxes because
sure.
Warehouse people are usually busy and then they got to stop and unload a vehicle or something like that. But we'd be more than glad to do it if that's what it takes.
Okay, okay. Now, what should people think about before requesting toys?
Before requesting? Mm-hmm. They need to take a good look and remember that we're trying to take care of every child, so don't go overboard. And some of these people do. They ask for cameras and phones, iPhones.
Yeah.
Well, that's not anywhere near what we do. But think about what the child would actually like and will help them. Maybe yes. It's an educational thing for a child that
sure.
they get them about. We try to give a book to every child, hoping that since he got it from Santa Claus, that he'll read it.
Read it. Right.
That's our way of trying to help kids read and get educated.
Okay, so obviously we're going to put your website across the bottom. So if people want to donate or volunteer, right. They can find you.
Right.
Also sponsors. Now, when you say, books, there must be companies out there with books that could donate a lot of books to you, right?
Yes, sir. Most of our books are donated. Books Are Us, Books Are Us.
Yep.
They donate a lot of them for us.
Awesome. Well, so you're in the midst of it right now, and people can go and online and find you and
that is correct.
Get a gift toy for their child.
Yeah, and if they have any problems, my phone number should be on the website. They can pick up the phone and call me.
Okay, great. But volunteers, if you can help, and if you can't help this year, please think about it next year, folks, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Jim. It takes a lot of people to do what you're doing, so thank you very much.
Yeah. It's my pleasure, because when I was young, I won't go into the story, but anyhow, a lot of people took care of me, and so now it's my time to give back.
There we go. We all should do that more. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Coming up, Annette Gutierrez brings us a special interview with Scott Biebler, the Executive Director of Mayor's Feed the Hungry. So please stay tuned. Now we're going to Annette Gutierrez, who has a special interview for us with Executive Director of Mayor's Feed the Hungry, Scott Biebler.
Hi Nancy, I'm delighted to be here. So the Mayor's Feed the Hungry program was started by the Mayor of Sarasota back in 1987 as a way to help feed people during the holiday season. And since then it has expanded now to cover all of Sarasota and Manatee County. We're sponsored by all 9 mayors and both county commissions. So it's a coalition of volunteers and representatives from nonprofit agencies that have food pantries. So we come together to sponsor events, to do food drives and fund drives, and we take the proceeds from that and we give it out free to the different nonprofit agencies, and then they take it out to the public that comes to their local agencies. We do food drives occasionally throughout the year. Our big food drive is during Thanksgiving, which we just wrapped up, but we do them at least once a quarter. And whenever we do the food drive, all the agencies come together and we divide up all the food we collect and they take it back out to their own local locations. Well, the Mayor's Feed the Hungry program is not a food bank. We don't have a warehouse, we don't have offices, no facilities. We're all run by our volunteer agencies. We come together as a group and we work in public places to serve each other, to network together. So Places that are food banks, have a big warehouse and they get food which they store and then they divide out. We don't do that. Our agencies have their own individual food pantries. They get their food from different locations, and we're just there to support them with the food drives and the fund drives that we do to help them feed the hungry in their local areas. Food insecurity, believe it or not, in Sarasota, Manatee County is a real problem. And according to Feeding America, 1 out of every 10 people in Sarasota and Manatee County are food insecure, which means they don't have enough food to have a basic active lifestyle. That's like 1 out of every 10 people. In Sarasota alone, that's over 48,000 people that are food insecure. Now you add to that Hurricane Ian, which displaced a lot of people, and I have friends that are still unable to go back to their homes. Add to that the high cost of food, and one of the things that contributes to people needing more food is the high cost of rent. It's very expensive to rent, as you probably know, anywhere in Sarasota or Manatee County. And so people are trying to scrimp by their money just to pay the rent. They don't have any money left for food. Yeah, we do fundraising throughout the year. As a matter of fact, we're right in the midst of our annual holiday fundraising campaign. We take the money that we raise from the fund drive and we purchase food gift cards. We give those food gift cards free to all of our food pantries, and that gives the recipient some dignity and respect. They can go to the store and buy an item that they need, something that may not be available at the food pantry. So the food gift cards are really a blessing to help people pick out things that they need. People are hungry all year long. You can donate anytime. Obviously, we'd like to get a lot of the food gift cards out in time for the Christmas and Hanukkah holidays. So that would be helpful. If people would like to help us now, you can go to our website and make a donation. But people are going to be hungry in January, just as they are in December. So we're always blessed to have people make donations that help us buy food gift cards. Well, for the food gift cards, the people register at their local food pantries, and we always get more requests than we have money available to pass out. So each food pantry gets their share of the food gift cards that we've got available, and then they decide how to pass them out to the people that need them. So they come, right now we're buying $25 food gift cards. We used to pass out $10 food gift cards. $10 doesn't buy much anymore. So we're trying to help as much as we can. Last year we raised close to $300,000 during our annual fund drive. This year things are a little bit tighter. At the moment we're up to about $85,000, so we're running behind what we did last year, and food's more expensive, so it's a little difficult. I'm hoping that the public's going to respond and help. They can always go to our website, mayorsfeedthehungry.org, and they can donate and help us feed more people. Our annual fund drive runs from November through the end of December. So we're getting near the end of the fund drive. Hopefully we'll be able to make our target goal of $300,000, but that's going to rely upon some generous donations between now and the end of the year.
Okay. Well, we still got time. So
We do.
This is giving time of year, so
It's a giving time of the year, and residents in Sarasota and Manatee County have been very generous.
Yep.
Our next big event is a fundraising event. We're doing a quarter auction. And so we've got all kinds of great prizes to donate for people can bid a quarter and win a gigantic prize. And it's going to be at the Manatee Performing Arts Center on February 11th, just before Valentine's Day. We're calling it the Have a Heart to Feed the Hungry fundraiser. So anybody can participate in that. Once again, the information is available on our website, or they can contact us directly by our phone number, 941-350-6075.
Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, Mary Benzel from the Van Wezel, so don't go anywhere. My last guest today is a familiar face on the program, which I love. Mary Benzel, the executive director at the Van Wezel, is here with me now to discuss their continuing holiday shows. I know you've had a lot of amazing shows
great
already.
ones already. We
this
kicked it off with
season.
Dave Koz.
Always a great
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Always a great show. So it's in full swing, but there's a lot left.
Yeah, there are a lot left. On this Saturday night, we have Hip Hop Nutcracker, and I've never seen this, but all of the theaters that around Florida have had this show, and they say it is amazing. And Curtis Blow is one of the great DJs out there, and so this is going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see it for the first time. And there's still tickets left, so come out and see it.
Okay.
And
all
then
right.
we have Cirque Musica. I got to get this whole name straight. Holiday Wonderland, and that's December 17th. And that's a Cirque-like show, and it is almost sold out. So there might be a single or seat here or there.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Also a premiere for us.
Wow.
And then we have Jim Brickman, and I think I mentioned to you, Nancy, I delayed my holiday to go to Pennsylvania to see my family so I could see
'Cause
Jim
he's
Brickman
so
play the
good.
piano.
He's so good.
Oh, and
Yep.
it's called A Very Merry Christmas on December 22nd. And then the other holiday when we have is we have Salute to Vienna. And I've been lucky enough to go, I was in Budapest, not Vienna, but and we saw the Christmas traditions over there in Europe, and it's so spectacular. The waltzes and the singing and the dancing, and this show
Magical.
is magical
Magical.
every year. So those are the ones we have for you for the holidays. But also, don't forget, for a Christmas present, pick up tickets to Aladdin, because that's the biggest show of the year coming at the end of January.
Okay. All right. And then we'll have you back, and then you can tell
Yeah.
us about
Oh
the
my
rest
gosh.
of the season. Okay. Now, I've been there,
Yes.
but a lot of our folks haven't. There's been a bit of a makeover for the holiday season, Christmas season.
Well, I love the nutcrackers.
Yes.
And so lots of people love nutcrackers. So we have
Yes.
big ones and little ones and all sorts of different kinds.
It
You know,
looks
in
great.
Europe you get these gorgeous nutcrackers, and so we have that and a holiday tree. And my house is decorated within an inch of its life. I mean, I can't find a place to put a glass down. So of course
Oh,
that's why
dear.
Christmas is a big
Okay.
deal at the hall.
I love it. I love it. Well, it is, and it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank
it's
you very
beautiful.
much.
Now, as always, you are looking to book new shows,
shows,
and
yes.
more shows. Without spoiling anything,
No.
can you give us some teasers?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I can actually tell you. We
Oh,
just announced
okay.
some. The Beach Boys are coming in February.
they're
They
coming
haven't been
back.
for years, and I love the Beach Boys.
These since pre-COVID, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw them.
I know, and I just saw them the other day on the television. I hope they bring John Stamos. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he doesn't,
Yeah.
but he's one of my favorite.
He's adorable.
And then we're adding a Kenny Loggins gala, and that is really special. He is going to be our inspiration gala. That our foundation raises money for our education department, and Kenny Loggins. This is it. You know, Danger Zone with Top Gun.
Yep,
He has
yep.
all those hits, and I just adore him. And he'll be here in March. And then we announced Melissa Etheridge. I got to get that name right. Melissa Etheridge in May, and Melissa really rocks out. So we have a lot of them, and we're about to announce one more show and maybe another really big one, but they're still just about to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. You can come back and you can tell us about those when those are
there
ready
is
to go.
one star that has been with us before that was a gala star that will be coming back. So that will be announced very shortly.
All right. Well, we'll have you back on, and we'll find out who that is
Right,
for
right,
everybody.
right.
Now, suggestions for viewers that are looking for Christmas holiday gifts.
Well, I always suggest, Aladdin because it's the biggest show of the year. But if you've got, a young person in your life, Mean Girls is coming up at the end of the season. So great gift certificates. We have them for dance. We have Momix. We have all sorts of great shows. We have comedians. Jay Leno, who has been so brave after that fire.
geez.
He's coming up later in the season. And Jerry Seinfeld, unfortunately, is sold out. But, we want to make
well,
you
that's
laugh.
not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And so we have so many Broadway shows, the Blue Man Group, River Dance, the 25th
fabulous.
anniversary.
Yep.
So we have something for everything. One thing if you don't mind that I mention
No.
is there have been people circulating a petition to save the Van Wezel, and people think it's coming from us, and it is not.
Okay.
The Van Wezel is very much in favor of the new Sarasota Performing Arts Center. And the Van Wezel is not coming down or anything. In fact, they're forming a blue ribbon panel to decide what to do with it. once the new hall opens,
Yep.
which could be 5 to 7 years away,
Sure.
and I'm booking some big shows for next year, I can tell you that. But people are putting out information that isn't true, and so we finally had to feel we have to come out and say we're very excited for a new large performing arts hall that will really enhance it for the future, because I want the same experience for children. You know,
Well, yes, and
in the future.
I think it's important that you let our viewers know that this is something that I think what they may be worrying about, that it's going to be torn down. And it's such an iconic building
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know, if it serves a different purpose or function, it's,
I just wish people could understand what it's like trying to operate a building way over 50 years
Yes.
on the water that's so close. I
Yes.
mean, in some rooms, we're literally growing salt stalactites out
Oh,
of the floor
gosh.
and stuff. And it is a beautiful building, and I love it. I mean, I've worked there day in and
Sure.
day out for 15 years. But I also know, we have to have,
It's
it's time, and
Okay.
because this is a city of the arts, and we want to grow with
and
the
we're
future.
growing. Okay. So before we close, how can our viewers keep up with everything that's going
Sure.
on?
Oh
'Cause
my
there's
gosh.
a lot.
Well, please join our e-club, because those people get a chance to, and all they have to do is go on our website. And that's the other problem we have going on. People mimic our website, they buy our tickets, and then they try to upsell them, and it's terrible. But make sure you go to the official www.vanwezel.org website, join the e-club, and then you get to buy tickets before anybody else does, other than our subscribers. Or we're on Facebook and Instagram and all those great platforms,
Okay.
Twitter.
Great.
But come to the hall too. Come
Yes.
come meet our box office people.
Yes, yes.
They're nice.
Everybody's
They're friendly.
Lovely. Yes. Thank you, Mary, as always, and have a wonderful Christmas.
holidays.
Holiday season. Great New Year. We're all looking forward to
We're
it.
excited.
Thank you. We hope you enjoyed the show today, and thank you for joining us on Suncoast FYI. If you would like to promote your nonprofit or community event, we would love to hear from you, and this is a complimentary service. Please call our producer, Adam Huntley, at 941-361-4645 or email fyi@snnTV.com. To view previous episodes, go to sntv.com and click on the What's On tab. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next week on Suncoast FYI.